Hey, it's Grammy Award winning recording artist Maya, and you are now rocking with the B side interviews with your host, Slick Young.
What up, world? You're now tuned in to another episode of the B-Side Interviews. I'm your host, Slick Young. I got a great guest today. Texas's very own Miss Erica Banks. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good under the circumstances, that we have to live in today's world.
Right.
I guess the first question I want to straight get into is, as a Texas native, I don't want to say necessarily the olive branch because, it's a lot of different artists that came from Texas. So how do you feel being a part of that wonderful garden of Texas music that's came through over the history of the years?
It feels good. It's an honor to be able to be a part of it because, not everybody is able to do that. So for me to be from Texas and even Dallas, a small city that it is, it's pretty cool to be able to finally just really be in the industry for real. So I'm grateful.
Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. What got you into doing music?
As a kid, I was just always into poetry. I would always do poems, oratorical contests,
Isaiah,
write books, stuff like that.
here.
Um, Somebody talking?
That ain't me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, as a kid I was just into poetry. So when I got to high school, the poetry just transpired into music. And then I just, started writing songs and I finally started recording and now we're here.
That's dope. That's dope. I've checked out your music. I'm in love with the sound.
Thank you.
You really embody what Texas music is. Which your own little swing, you know what I mean. But you do embody everything that Texas is. Who are some
Right.
Who are some of the influences you listened to growing up?
I love this question. When I was growing up, I was a really big Nicki Minaj fan and a big Missy Elliott fan. So Nicki Minaj and Missy Elliott would definitely be the ones who have inspired me on a lot of different levels.
That's pretty dope. I actually did see that Nicki Minaj was responding to a tweet or IG post or something like that of yours.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel when when you seen it?
That was cool. I really couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was real until I went to her page and I really saw that it was Nicki Minaj. I'm like, oh shit, that's live. But yeah, like it was just a moment that I had always, dreamed of. Nicki Minaj complimenting me. This is like my favorite female rapper, so it was dope.
No, that's dope. That's dope. How do you feel the music industry has catered to the women today? We have I'm not even gonna go name for name, but we have a plethora of women out there right now that's all doing it at the same time. My two favorites being you and Mulatto right now. I love you and Mulatto at this point. So how do you feel the music industry has accepted you guys?
I feel like over time, it's become a little bit easier for women to come into the game because it's becoming a common thing. So I'm glad that women are finally able to have a chance at rapping too. Not saying that we never did have a chance, but it's always been more male dominant, but more women are rapping and, more women are being acknowledged. So I think it's really dope that we finally have, the world to have eyes on us.
No, I agree. I agree. I agree. One of the biggest things I do like about you is when I listen to your music, you literally come from a real perspective of your life, of what you see every day,
Yeah,
what you go through, the fun you have and the fun you're not having. Where does all that
yeah.
come from?
Just confidence, I base all of my music off of my vibe, how I'm feeling, what I'm dealing with, what I've dealt with. And I really just turn it into a song. So for me to be able to just do that, and be me, it's really just the confidence that I have is really where it comes from. So
That's dope. That's dope. How do you feel because most up and coming artists and most artists that had to come from the bottom to the top, they always hear the term, I got a lot of hate for my city. I get love outside of my city before my city. So how's your city embraced you?
My city has always showed me so much love. They still do. Even from day one, everybody was supportive. Everybody was behind me. Every time I go home, even if it's for like a day, the city will pop out and come see me wherever I'm at. But yeah, like I've always been a people person too. So that's always been an advantage. But yeah, my city has always showed love.
Okay. Well, I like to do what I did season 1. I didn't do it this much in season 2, but I want to bring it back for you. I want to give you a scenario. You're in the studio. You have your past or present fantasy producer that you would want to produce a song, and I'm gonna say past or present. Who would you want to get on that song with you?
Okay. So past or present. What you mean on the past or present part?
Like it doesn't matter if producer wise, if you would say you wanted Quincy Jones, or you wanted Swiss Beats. So past or present, someone who's active in the game right now, or someone who's retired.
Oh, I would have to say I would go with the past. I would say I want to work with Timbaland. I would love to work with him and Nicki Minaj on something, or me, him, and Missy Elliott on something. So it would have to be a Timbaland beat.
Okay. So within me asking that question, I created a list. I have 2 different lists. The first list, I would want to see you beat. If you haven't, keep in mind, I could be wrong if you've done this before. If you already have it under your belt, but I want to see you on a Mustard beat.
Okay.
And I would love to see you and Tinashe do something. I think that would be dope.
I think that would be live. I love her music.
Now, and the only reason I have to deal with these 2 lists, I did not do anything from the South because that's just me being biased and, knowing that's a little easier. So if we go East Coast, I would love to see you do something with Just Blaze. And maybe A Boogie with the Hoodie.
I love his music too. I love his sound. I can really see it.
No, that's pretty dope. Now, your earlier childhood, what type of music was your parents listening to?
They listen to stuff like India Arie, Jill Scott, Lauryn Hill, Genuine, artists like that.
Okay, so basically still our generation for the most part.
Basically, yeah.
I was prepared for you to be like the Temptations on Saturday morning and.
Oh no, my papa and granny, my grandparents is that.
No, that's pretty dope. Now real quick, let's get into this album. Yeah, let's get into this new album.
Okay.
I want to see it. Let's talk about the new album real quick.
Okay. You talking about the Christmas album, or you talking about the Erica Banks
Christmas album?
Okay, so I just put the Christmas album out last week. It has 4 tracks on it. All of them are Christmas vibe, and we just wanted to put that out because we want to continue to, put out the music, and we don't really want to slow down on anything. So we was just like, we're gonna put out a Christmas project to keep going.
Okay. Now, I know we short on time, so I want to say thank you for everything. Where can people find your music?
You can find my music on Instagram at Real Erica Banks. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at Real Erica Banks, and all of my music is on every platform under Erica Banks.
Thank you. You have a blessed evening, and Happy New Year's and all that to you and the fam.
Thank you. You too. You be safe.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.